What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review another album. Today I'm going to be reviewing Chevelle's 8th studio album, which is titled The North Corridor. Now, Chevelle is my favorite band in the modern day here. A classic, of course, will be Rush for classic rock, but Chevelle is my number one band. I've seen them 3 times live here in South Texas, in my own city. I'm waiting for them to announce my city for the North Corridor tour. Sadly, nothing so far. But this released July 8th, which was 2-3 days ago, and I've listened to this album countless times. I mean, about 7 or 8 times complete, 7 or 8 times. 10 tracks. They have Door to Door Cannibals, Enemies, Joyride, Rivers, Last Days, Young Wicked, Warhol, Showbiz, Punchline, Got Burned, Shot from a Cannon. I'm going to give you my initial thoughts on all of the songs, tell you whether or not if you should pick up this album or, you know, even give your time of day to it. But I just because I'm a huge Chevelle fan, I've seen them three times live, have 3 different t-shirts, have their poster obviously right here. If this album's worth a listen to. Obviously, if you're a big Chevelle fan, you've already heard this album, but for those who are not familiar to Chevelle, we're going to talk about it right here, right now. Thanks again for joining me. Let's get on to it. By the way, I know you can't really see it that well, but these are all the studio albums from Chevelle. I have all of them. Also, this type of thinking is not in here because I broke the case a long time ago and the CD's in the other room. So the North Corridor opens up with Door to Door Cannibals. I really enjoy Door to Door Cannibals. I love the ending, especially the last 20 seconds. The drums are beautiful. It's perfect. The bass, Dean does an awesome job on the bass. The chorus is catchy. The second track is Enemies, and I went crazy for this song. Literally, the concrete street that I have down here where they usually perform, the song, the way it's played, the drums, it's so fast paced, the tempo is beautiful, and it's literally like if you're outside enjoying a cigarette and you're seeing them play and the wind's breezing in your face, like that's how it feels. Like, I mean, it sounds like a perfect way to open up a show. Sam did a really awesome job with the drums in this song, and throughout the whole album he really kicks ass. The third track is Joyride Omen, which was their first single that released a few months ago. Definitely instant impact with the song, very catchy, the guitar is beautiful. I love how the bass sounds very dirty in this album, especially the way, since the North Corridor, the way that they shaped this album is it's very dark. It's not a very sunshiny world with flowers. It's very dark. It almost feels like you're in a dark room and it's very dark and grim and you're hearing this music compared to Weezer White Album where it sounds like you're on the beach. If you enjoy Take Out the Gunman from Chevelle from La Gargola, this is definitely the Take Out the Gunman of the album. The fourth track is called Rivers, and Pete's vocals are fantastic. Also, in my opinion, I do believe that Rivers is one of the best written songs from Pete of this album. But with this song and going forward in the album, it does sort of get a little repetitive between different songs. Now, don't get me wrong, this whole album is Chevelle's one of their best albums musically. But lyrically wise, and Pete, the main singer, writes all the songs, but during the song Rivers he goes sideways, and he says slipping sideways, like he keeps on saying sideways. I get it, it's part of the song, and all these songs have meanings. But the thing is, Chevelle, their music has always been amazing to me, in my opinion, but the lyrically wise, some lyrics get to you, some lyrics don't. Definitely La Gargola, it got me through a hard time in life, definitely that album. His songs, a lot of it, and One Ocean was a beautiful written song. So don't get me wrong, Pete's not the worst writer in the world, but he's not the greatest writer in the world either with his songs. You have to decipher really what they mean, and sometimes his words don't mean anything within songs. They're just kind of like words jumbled together, but the music always keeps it going along. I guess the thing I'm trying to say is he repeats himself a lot, a lot. Like sideways times 15, sideways. It gets a little annoying after a while, but the music does keep you going. The fifth track is called Last Days. It opens perfectly with Dean just strumming the bass. As well, again, the drums are perfect, and Pete has a creepy voice in this one where it's about a witch, or like, glad I caught that witch. And he does this thing like, witch, like he does a weird thing with his voice, and it's creepy, and it totally works and fits, the song. See, the thing with the North Corridor is that all the songs are very catchy, and you usually find yourself headbanging to most of the songs in certain parts. But then again, this song does get repetitive where it's like, glad I caught that witch. And he repeats witch and witch and witch. And if you read the lyrics, it's very different from hearing him say it and then if you're reading it. Example, glad I caught that witch, a witch, gotta get you, a witch, gotta get, it's my last night, it's my last night, it's my last night, it's my last night, glad I caught that witch, glad I caught that witch, caught it by the tail, glad I caught that witch. The 6th track is titled Young Wicked, which was their 2nd single. Again, the opening just grabs you, and it's very beautiful how Pete says, oh my god, how you've grown. But I have to say, the North Corridor, this is my most favorite of Sam playing the drums. It's his beat and style which really lifts up the song. And out of the whole album, Young Wicked has my favorite guitar solo. Plus, Pete's vocals are perfect yet again for this song, and catchy with the chorus. The 7th track is titled Warhol Showbiz. Again, I'm a really big fan of the drums in this song, the beat, and the guitar. With Warhol Showbiz, the last 30 seconds or 40 seconds is basically just sound. You know, whether it's that feedback at the end, they do their last hit, they do their last beat of the song, they finish it, and then it's that for like 30 seconds. And you could hear it slowly going away, slowly going down, but it just sort of lasts for 30 seconds. And don't get me wrong, I know that bands repeat themselves multiple times sometimes. I know maybe Chevelle was trying to do something different than what they usually do, but for some reason, this is the album, the first time that I really hear themselves always repeating themselves or getting really repetitive within the lyrics. Not trying to hate on Pete or anything, I love you Chevelle so much, but it's almost like where you have that creativity and then it kind of runs out of that creativity where you just repeat the main title, like even from Young Wicked, like Young Wicked, Young Wicked for like 10 times in a row. Now again, I enjoy the rhythm to Warhol Showbiz, but this is just really one quick example of the song where he says, well that's showbiz, take it on the chin, I'm not your mother, cause that's showbiz, take it on the chin, cause that's showbiz. Now, of course it sounds different in the song, cause he's yelling it in, and I'm just reading it, and understand I make it sound a little bit bad, but the way he sings it is very, hardcore, it's very heavy, I do love, that's the thing about this song, is that every song is perfect with the music, but like I said, lyrically wise, it's not their best. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm not saying like, oh, gross, horrible. No, the lyrics do. There are some lyrics that really do work within different songs of this album, but most of the time they're either repetitive or very randomly weird that Chevelle has kind of been, known for. The 8th track is called Punchline. It opens up very techno-y with these drums. Sam doing the drums. It's very techno-like. I love the way that it was done because it's kind of like we did the heavier stuff in the beginning and now we're going to slow our roll. We're going to go a little bit more soft. We're going to do a little slower song. And the way that all of a sudden the drums just start to pick up and it goes to actual drums like it literally goes and it sounds like if it's just a Pink Floyd song. The chorus is very beautiful, especially the way Pete sings it and the guitar that goes on in the back while he sings the chorus. The 9th track is titled Got Burned. Now, Got Burned is very catchy, the beat's very well done, especially the chorus. The first time I heard Got Burned, I liked it, but I didn't love it like the other songs. Which is very weird because they're doing something different in the song and it's like, well, you got to adapt to new changes, right? Which after hearing this album 7 or 8 times, don't get me wrong, I've gotten to like Got Burned a lot more. I know a lot of Chevelle fans have said that Got Burned is their favorite. I, think that this song should have been taken off the album, but from listening to it, many more times, obviously, not no more, I really do enjoy the song. I don't think it's the best song out of the whole album, but the way that Pete sings it, it reminds me the way the way the guitar is played, the way that he sings it, of the words and the lyrics and the chorus, it sounds something like what Seether would have done with Isolate and Medicate, or their last album that they did in 2014. That song Got Burned, if Seether would sing it and do it almost in their way, it would have sounded kind of familiar. I love Seether's last album, don't be wrong, Seether's awesome, I love their last album. But just it reminded me so much of a Seether, and which is not bad, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I hate the song. Got Burned is a very enjoyable song, but it took me multiple times to really just get more into it and get the feeling, but then after a while I kind of got it. I was like, alright, it got to me. The 10th track and the final track for the North Corridor is titled Shot from a Cannon. Alright, let me just get this out of the way. This song is 8 minutes and like 12 seconds long, but where the music is, like where actual lyrics and the chorus and stuff like that, That's like 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes of a song, and then it just kind of goes on and on. And Dean does an awesome job. The bass is like doom, 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 where it's going up, and the drums are good, the guitar. But this is my least favorite song out of the album. Where, as in, hey, I'm gonna go listen to the North Corridor. I'm gonna go put Shot from a Cannon on. It's gonna be my least played song. Like if I want to rehear the album again, I'd probably skip Shot from a Cannon, or just listen to the 4 minutes of the singing and then skip the 3-4 minutes of the end of the song. Because literally the last 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes of the song, you have the bass or you have it, but it's sort of that same sound. It's not really changing that much towards the end, and then it's that feedback that for like the last 2 minutes of the song, and it's like you could have just cut it down to 5, because I get what they're trying to do. It's the end of the album. They're gonna do a big finale. This is it. But for me, I like the word, like the damn blows, the way that Pete sings it, But it's just my least favorite song out of the album. Now, I pre-ordered the North Corridor like a month ago when the pre-orders went up for sale. And the servers crashed. All the people from the Chevelle group, if you know who you are, obviously. For everyone who went through that hell of many hours. Some people got in. Some people had to wait hours and mornings just to get like an autographed copy. And luckily, everyone really got an autographed copy who bought it online. So I got an autographed copy, which is awesome. But the bonus track is titled A Miracle. For me, it is the 11th track on the album. Some people will not get it. I don't. If you go to Walmart and buy the album, you're not going to get the. I think you'll get the bonus track maybe, or unless you pre-ordered it. I think you have to pre-order it to get the bonus track. I don't think it actually comes with a bonus track if you go buy it at Walmart or something. So, but I'm going to be reviewing right now the bonus track titled A Miracle. This is the song that should have replaced Shot from a Cannon, and it didn't even make it onto the album for other people. Beautifully made song, the chorus, the vocals, the bass, the drums, the melody, the tempo, everything about this song is gold for me. It sounds like it's just regular Chevelle from a few years ago, like a regular song they would have done. It even feels like it probably would have been on La Gargola. It was beautiful. I mean, you guys did a really awesome job with A Miracle. Everything about that song, again, is just so beautifully done. It is literally the twinge of the album, Twinge, La Gargola, the way they ended it. That's what I like. You end this. You need to end the album with something slow, something very. You don't need to end with a big. You don't need to end with that. Just end with something very light and just beautiful, just like how Twinge did with La Gargola. To really sum up the North Corridor with the pros, the beats, the rhythm, very catchy songs, plus the sound and the tone of the album. Now, I know I've been repeating myself over and over again within this review, but I do have to say this is probably the best Chevelle album musically wise. The bass was amazing, the drums were killer, the vocals were really well done by Pete again. I mean, they keep on evolving the guitar, the mini solos, the big solos, everything about this album, it just kicks ass musically. Lyrically wise is on the con side. Don't get me wrong, there are a few good lyrics, very catchy choruses, that's good with the pros. But just lyrically wise, some of these songs are very hard to catch along with, as in to sing. Not the chorus. Chorus are easy to catch on to, but to actually learn some of these regular sentence by sentence lyrics are not the easiest to do for this album. And I'm a guy who loves to sing along. I love to sing along with a hard rock song or a classic. I love to sing along, and sometimes some of these things will take many, to get to actually memorize the lyrics. But me and all the other Chevelle fans have been waiting 2 years for this album. I love La Gargola. It was a really awesome album. Again, got me through a hard time. So did the Seether album, and so did the Weezer album, the Everything Will Be Alright in the End. In 2014, that was a big year for me. And hard year for me. All those albums just made me feel whole and complete and got me through a hard time. This album, I don't have that same inspiration, or maybe because I'm not really going through a hard time right now at the moment. I'm kind of better now. But there's not much really inspiration for this album for me, as in, like, I get up and I'm like, all right, like, none of these songs really inspired me much as, like, One Ocean did or other songs. But they evolve over time, and Chevelle has changed from that, 90s point number one to wonder what's next, to this type of thinking, which this type of thinking is my favorite album of Chevelle ever. It'll always be my #1 album, because that was the first time I was introduced to Chevelle many years back. This type of thinking was that album that I just listened to completely, and it was the first album I bought from them. I rocked onto it, playing 360, Call of Duty, hearing that way a long time ago. So that was me, man, and just years of them evolving. This is their best album musically. Lyrically, it could have been better. Not the worst. Don't get me wrong, Pete, you did a good job, but not what I thought it would have been. As La Gargola, I thought lyrically wise, it was really well done. For sure, even Choking Game, really great lyrics, But anyway, I'm going to end up giving Chevelle, The North Corridor, an 8.5 out of a 10 overall, a solid B. It is a very good album. It's not their greatest album. Again, this type of thing can always be my favorite, but if you're new to Chevelle, definitely go to YouTube, or obviously on YouTube, check out Joyride and Young Wicked. And out of those two songs, if you enjoy them, you will enjoy The North Corridor. Go check out Joyride, Rivers, and Young Wicked. Check out those 3 songs, Joyride, Young Wicked, and Rivers. And if you enjoy those songs, the beat, and just everything about it, that's kind of what you'll get with the album. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry I was a little stuttery and stuff, and not the best. I usually review movies and TV shows and trailer reactions. I review movies and TV shows. I don't really do albums, but music was my first love in life. So, of course, I'm trying to do some album reviews every now and then. So if you guys really enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. I really would appreciate that. And comment down below and tell me what you guys thought about Chevelle, The North Corridor. Give me your thoughts. Give me your review for the album as well. If you want to share with your friends, please do. And you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're new to Chevelle and you're really interested in getting this album, I would recommend probably getting it through their Chevelle website, the Get Some website, and you could get an autographed copy of the album. Again, guys, thank you so much for everything. My next album review will be at the end of July. It'll be the last week of July, and I will be reviewing Alice in Chains' first album, Facelift. And to end the video, I'll include some photos at the end of some of the albums and the old t-shirts that I have from the old Chevelle concerts. Thanks again. Until next time, bye-bye.